Hi, guys. It's Jaytney, your wellness coach. Thank you so much for tuning in. I hope you're having a fantastic week. This week, I want to cover how to make exercising a part of your routine. So often I hear people who struggle with exercising consistently say things like they're too tired to work out after a long day, or they don't have enough time to work out, which I get all of that because we live such busy lives that I understand, when it comes to exercising, it feels like that's one more thing that you need to do, or it's one more thing that demands your attention. But if you want to cultivate a habit, if you want to make something part of your routine, first and foremost, you have to prioritize that for your well being. And the best way to do that is by making time for it. Nobody has that much time to spare, but if it's important and you prioritize it, you will make time for it. So, in this week's video, I cover 6 steps that you can implement and use them to make working out a part of your routine. Now, step number one is find what you enjoy doing. Not everyone is a cardio bunny. So if running on the treadmill for 30 minutes is not your jam, don't do it. Go experiment, go on go check out different classes with your girlfriends, or make it into date night with your spouse or your significant other, and go see what all is out there and what floats your boat. What leaves you feeling sweaty and happy and rejuvenated. The goal is whatever you do, you want to do something that allows you to move and that gets your heart rate up. So whether that's barre, that's Pilates, that's some form of cardio. It could be HIIT, it could be running, it could be strength training, circuit training. I mean, there is so much out there. So experiment and find your jam and stick with it. Find at least 2 to 4 different formats that you like. And once you've narrowed down your list, and you find out, that, okay, you really enjoy Zumba, you enjoy Pilates, and you enjoy yoga. I'm just throwing that out there. Designate those formats to different days of the week. So, on Tuesdays, it's yoga day. Thursdays, it's Pilates, and Saturdays is, whatever your third option is Zumba. That way you're not having to deal with, okay, which class should I do when? You don't feel confused. There isn't any decision fatigue. You know what you're going to do when. And that's another way to make exercising a part of your routine and make it a habit. Step number 2 is add the activity to your calendar. That's very important. This is the part that really ties into when you feel you don't have enough time in the day. This is how you make time for something that is important to you and to your well-being. So if you want to commit to something every Tuesday from 5 p.m. to 6 p.m., it could be a yoga class, put that on your calendar. Because if it's not on your calendar, and if it's not, in a place where you can see, and where that, okay, this is a time commitment that I need to make, it's probably not going to happen. Set reminders on your phone if you have to. They could be 30 minutes prior to the class. Maybe there's a reminder week of, maybe you set a reminder the night before, however you want to make it work for you. But set those reminders, block that time on your calendar, and then share this with the people that matter. Maybe you're sharing it with a boss, maybe you're sharing this information with your spouse, or maybe you're sharing it with the people that you live with, whoever is part of that immediate circle. That way they respect this time as well. And they know that, okay, between 5 and 6 p.m., this is what you're doing and this is your time. It doesn't give them the right to infringe on it, or it doesn't give them the right to block something else during that time. So make yourself a priority so that the people around you also respect what's important to you. And then step number 3 is set the environment for success. So if you have to hunt for those workout clothes, that workout is never going to happen. If you need to go looking for your sneakers to go on a run, that run isn't going to happen. So keep everything accessible, keep it visible. Maybe you set all your workout clothes in one area of your closet. Maybe you put the sneakers in such a place that they're easy to grab if you decide you want to go for a run. Put that yoga mat in a way that it's, kind of visible so that there's always that reminder there that, hey, do you want to work out? Maybe you want to just do a quick some quick sun salutations, or maybe you want to do a quick 10-minute HIIT cardio class at home, and you can grab your yoga mat. So keep everything where it's easy to grab, especially if you're leaving the house for a workout. Maybe, you keep a pair of spare clothes in your car, or maybe you keep another yoga mat in your car, because if you're going to a class, outside of your home, maybe you need these things. So make it easy for yourself, lay it out in such a way that it's so difficult for you to not commit to it and not follow through with it. Now, step number 4 is find an accountability partner. This really helps. It's especially when you're starting out with something and you're trying to develop it into a habit. Have somebody that you can go to the gym with, or maybe you join a group, that's really committed to their well-being and has similar fitness goals as you, or similar wellness goals as you. That really helps to keep you in check, holds you accountable. It also motivates you, and it's inspiring when you see the other person really pushing and giving it 100%. And besides motivating, it also pushes you to give your 100% or even 110%, to go harder, maybe to do one more burpee, or maybe to try that push up off your knees instead of on your knees. So, find that accountability partner, or find a group that's going to help you to stay committed to this exercise routine. And then step number 5 is pay attention to how you feel before and after your workouts. I would recommend in the beginning, as you're starting to form a habit out of this, kind of quickly jot down how you're feeling, maybe 2 or 3 words, describe how you're feeling physically as well as mentally. It could be tired, exhausted, stressed, nervous, excited, whatever it is, put it down. And then once you're done with your workout, go back and pick another 2 to 3 adjectives to describe your mood as well as to describe how you're feeling physically. Now, the point of this exercise is to connect these feelings with your subconscious. And I guarantee you almost 9 out of 10 times, if not 10 out of 10, when you're done with your workout, you're going to be in a better place. Yeah, you may have sore muscles, but you're still going to feel like you were productive, that you did something for yourself, you did something for your well-being, that you set a good example. You're going to feel like you're working towards a goal. So overall, it feels really good. So when you start to recognize how good something feels and you connect that and you write it down, your subconscious starts to recognize it. And that's a way to form a habit, because the next time you're stressed or the next time you're tired, your subconscious is going to kick in and say, hey, but we felt really good after that 20-minute cardio, or, we felt really good after that 15-minute jog that we did. And in a way, it's going to push you and it's going to remind you how beneficial this is for you and allow you to commit to it and make it into a habit. And then step number 6 is, whatever you do, start small and then work your way up. You don't need to climb that mountain overnight. In fact, it's impossible. So if you haven't been working out for a while, don't just put on your sneakers and decide you want to go for a 3-mile run. That's probably going to leave you really sore. It might even cause an injury, and it might leave you feeling so tired that you are not able to consistently work out. You may end up taking the next 2 or 3 days off, and then that's it. Everything's gone to hell. You've lost your momentum. So start with smaller steps, baby steps. If running is your end goal, then maybe you just decide to do a 10-minute walk every single day for the next 7 days. Once you've accomplished that, once you have the confidence, once you've made the time for it, you've committed to it, you up it. Maybe you up that walk to a jog. Eventually the jog leads to a run. And eventually you can add mile after mile to that run and you do the long distance running without fail. So when you start with baby steps, you're actually building confidence, and you're showing yourself what you're capable of doing. The more confidence you start to feel, and the more you accomplish what you've chosen to commit to, the easier it becomes a habit. So start small and then work your way up so that that habit becomes a part of your routine. So to wrap it up, the 6 steps are, find activities that you enjoy. The goal is to move and to get your heart rate up. Step number 2 is add the activity to your calendar, set reminders, and share this with the people that matter. Step number 3 is set the environment for success. Don't let it become an excuse. Step number 4 is find an accountability partner or an accountability group. Step number 5 is pay attention and jot down how you feel before and after the workout. And then step number 6 is start small and then work your way up. I hope you enjoyed the information today. If there are any other topics you'd like me to cover, or if you have any feedback, I'd love to learn more. Just drop something in the comments section. If you want to learn about me and how I can help you as a coach to develop healthy habits, check out my website. It's www.imperfectbodies.com. Imperfect bodies is one word. If you're having a hard time dealing with stress and you're looking for simple and effective habits that you could put into place to cope with that stress, check out my free guide. I've included the link in the description section. I will catch you next week. In the meantime, thanks again for stopping by, and I hope you have a phenomenal week.